Hola, buenos. I know I look loco, pero like, it don't matter because we studying right now. So, if you are new here, me llamo daljiimarax. I made it a, excuse me, in January. I said, okay, I'm done only knowing English, and we are going to be fluent in Spanish this year. So, to keep up with that and to update you guys, I am going to show you guys like my study plan, what I do when I am actually studying and learning this language every day. It's different day by day, but I want to show you guys what I'm doing for like the next 24 hours. Um, because yeah, I want to learn Spanish and I have to do it every single day, and it's a lot of work and it's a lot of discipline. But I really want to show y'all, so I'm going to show you guys like 24 hours, day in the life of me learning Spanish and being fluent in this language. So let's get to it. All right, so right now I am in my Spanish vocabulary book, and I am right now I'm on chapter 3. I've been behind on doing this vocabulary book, but I've been doing Spanish like through other avenues. I'm not on no damn chapter 3. I'm on chapter 1. But I've been doing so. What are these? Maybe these aren't chapters. Oh, these are the preliminary matters. Now I'm in the actual chapter. So I was doing like money. Okay, I was doing a lot of practice stuff. So before, in these first couple of chapters, because I'm on page 18 now in chapter 1 apparently, I was doing like numbers, months, days of the week, time, basic greetings, learning about like the different articles, cognate, diphthongs, punctuation marks, things like that. Now we in the nitty gritty. So I'm learning about like family members, like the names of your like abuelas, novios, niños, things like that. These I'm pretty good on. So what it's basically doing in this exercise is making me put it in sentences. So what I like to do when I do like learn new vocabulary, learn new just Spanish words and phrases, I try to put them in a sentence in something that applies to my life. So let me think of something that I've written in the past. So I just learned what interview is, entrevista. So what I've done, and I've been interviewing for jobs, so what I wrote in a sentence was tuve una entrevista esta mañana. So I have an interview tomorrow, which is not true as today. I have it on Monday. I could put el lunes, entrevista esta el lunes. But like, it's easy for me to take these vocabulary words and try to make a sentence out of something I already talk about in regular English and what I do in my life, instead of try to come up with something from scratch. Right now, what I'm learning about moms and dads and cousins and great uncles and stuff like that, I'm doing these exercises. Then at the end of this exercise, I'm going to take what I learned and then write in my notebook with the new words that I learned, try to come up with some new sentences. So that's what we're going to do right now. Yo soy el esposo de Hillary Rodman Clay the fourth. Yo soy la amiga de Thelma. Alright, I got my little Spanish stuff out. I got my little workbooks, to-do list, all of that good stuff. I'm ready to study today. So what I try to do when I'm doing like a study session is I try to get away from my computer. Because then I start typing and doing other stuff, and we don't want to be doing that, okay? Today I'm actually using some stuff that I found on TikTok. So like some new phrases that I learned. So like some new phrases that I learned. So I'm gonna try to incorporate those into my lesson today. So I'm gonna write those down and see what I got going on.
How to say don't do that in Spanish. No hagas eso. No lo hagas. Para. Ni se te ocurra. Ni se te ocurra hacer eso.
Necesita agua, un momento. Voy a Okay, buenos. So what I did in my little study session for about 45 minutes is I wrote some new vocabulary words, So I'm learning like different ways to say don't do that, I don't know, yes. And then kind of wrote a whole bunch of sentences in different words that I have learned, different vocabulary words that I've learned throughout the past week and a half. Some of them are straight up Spanglish. Some of them, the whole sentence is English except one word. Some of them are grammatically correct. Some of them are full Spanish, but I'm pretty sure they're grammatically incorrect. But right now, I'm not necessarily worried about getting a sentence written down super perfect. What I'm trying to do is to like train my brain to use all the Spanish words that I can know and remember. So like, for example, I have a sentence talking about I like tacos for lunch. The sentence is me gusta tacos por almuerzo. I am almost 100% sure that that is not how you say I like tacos for lunch. But I was able to, like, I know the direct translation of each word. Like, I have the right idea for how to write that sentence, and I know how to write every single word in Spanish, but the order is just probably wrong, you know? So it's like, that's what I'm trying to train my brain to do. I'm not trying to get every single thing grammatically correct, trying to get all the sentences, you know, together. Like, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna be just, what I'm gonna be, if I try to do it that way, then what I'm probably gonna be doing is just typing a word, a sentence in English on Google Translate and then writing it down. Like, that's not helping me learn how to fluently be fluent in this language. So I have to make these grammatically incorrect sentences in errors, and then when I go back and check myself and fix it, then I'll be like, oh, okay, this goes to this, you know, the verb goes here, the adjective goes there, the noun goes there, you know? So like, right now I'm just like, if I can remember what the word is in Spanish, I'm writing it down in the sentence, whether it's grammatically correct or not. And then I also made a TikTok, so I basically gave like a little Spanish tip for anybody who's on this journey with me learning Spanish. And right now I'm about to work out, and I haven't done a lot of listening to Spanish recently, so I'll talk about my phone. One of my favorite things to do is to listen to podcasts from the freaking Duolingo podcast. A lot of people aren't too much fans of like these language apps, but the language app podcast, baby, I'm telling you, just listen to it. If I could find Duolingo, okay. I thought it was gonna be the first one on here. I've probably been checking some other ones. But basically what I do is I literally press one of these freaking videos and I just listen. I just listen till I recognize words in Spanish that I understand. I'm not trying to understand what the whole damn story is about, but this is helping my listening skill improve. The person does, at least in this podcast that I have on here, they do like they'll like tell the story in Spanish and then they'll translate it in English back and forth. So if you actually do care about the story, like they'll tell it to you in English. But I'm just like listening to how people speak Spanish and seeing if I can recognize certain words. I'm not trying to understand this whole story in Spanish because that's just not gonna work. I'm not there yet. I'm not at that level. I like to do this if I'm driving somewhere. If I know I'm going to be like in a setting where I'm going to be sitting or have the capacity to listen to something for at least 30 minutes, like driving, like working out, like cooking, like cleaning up something when I'm not like on my phone, I'll listen to a Spanish podcast, and I'll do like 15 to 20 minute podcasts, so it's easily digestible, and I'm not like, I gotta listen to this whole hour podcast. So I'm going to work out and listen to this. This is going to be super helpful, like I said, with my listening skills, and I'm excited to see what I have on my agenda for tomorrow. I may continue the lesson that I'm doing now, but we'll see. But babe, I'm not leaving you empty-handed. If you're like me and you want to be fluent in this language, guess what? I have a whole video on my 2023 Spanish plan. Go check it out.